Rakuten is the smartest way to save money when you shop because you earn cash back at over 3,500 stores. Fashion, beauty, electronics, home essentials, travel, dining, concert tickets, and more. Your favorite stores like Lowe's, Levi's, and Nike pay Rakuten to send them shoppers. And Rakuten then passes on a part of that payment to its members as cash back. You're already shopping at your favorite stores. Why not save while you're doing it? It's a no-brainer. Membership is free and easy to sign up. Get the Rakuten app now and join the 17 million members who are already saving. Cashback rates change daily. See Rakuten.com for details. That's Rakuten. Your cash back really adds up.
Are you feeling stuck in your career or lacking employment at the moment? Experiencing symptoms of job dissatisfaction? You might be suffering from a common condition known as career stagnation. But don't worry, there's a solution. Monster.com. Monster.com offers a comprehensive suite of career-boosting tools designed just for you. Our free resume review and AI interview prep tool will help you stand out from the crowd. Need more guidance? Dive into our career advice articles for expert tips and insights. And don't forget to check out our salary tools to ensure you're getting paid what you're worth. Side effects may include a new job, increased confidence, and a brighter future. Consult Monster.com today and take the first step towards your new career. Ready for your next job opportunity? Visit Monster.com now.
Welcome back to Connect with Jonathan and Mark. You know, every week we do this, and I always try to be honest with you guys and say that this is a crazy episode because I feel like each case and each family and each person, it really is a little crazy that it affects so many people really across the world. It's not just in one area, but I just want to kick this off and letting you guys know that this is a 40-year-old cold case. What makes this one a little bit more difficult is the sensitivity behind it. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking every case is sensitive, which it is. But when it is a family member that is the lead suspect that killed another family member, it becomes a little bit more crazy. It becomes a little bit more tangled. And you really have to be sensitive with everything that you say, especially when you're doing the reading to another family member. When I found out in this reading, when I connected with the person that was murdered, and immediately you can see, or I see, and you can hear that it was someone that is within that family and very close, like very intimate within that family, or they see each other every day, I will say. I don't want to give too much away, but you know, it's very hard to handle these situations, especially this case. And how I do it, and you'll hear it within this reading, is I try to be very, very soft with how I handle this. Like I don't want to just go in and say things very strongly because it is such a sad situation for the person who I'm reading. So guys, this is a 40-year-old unsolved case, like I mentioned, and it was a little difficult for her to piece together some of the information. But like always, at the end, we all connect these pieces to get a new lead that I was mentioning earlier on in the reading. So let's sit back, let's listen, and let's help this amazing person.
I contacted you about my dad, and he was killed in 1985. And it's a cold case. No one has been caught for it. And, sorry. I didn't know it'd be hard to talk about.
It's okay.
This isn't good for camera, I'm sure.
Doesn't matter.
But I've let it go a long time, so 40 years. And every couple of years, I kind of check in with the police or the detectives, and they pass it from detective to detective. And I think it just gets left behind. And I try not to press because of my mom being accused. She wasn't found guilty, but she was accused, and that ruined her life. But she's gone now, and I really need some closure.
So let me connect to them for you, and let me shine some light about what happened, because just so
I'm
people,
sorry.
no, please don't apologize. And I am so thankful that you trust me to even do this, honestly. So thank you for that. And just for everyone that's like listening, we kind of start off the reading first and we had some technical issues, but I saw it was a bit of a family matter. And
It is.
that's kind of how I started it off to you. And then I wanted to be very sensitive, and I still do. So I'm going to connect to them because you deserve answers and your family deserves answers, because it looks like you have sisters and it looks like you have siblings. And so I'm going to explain to you everything, and we'll go from there and we'll talk about everything at a larger portion. So, because what I saw instantly when we first started was your father putting his hands up, basically showing to me that, and kind of what I said to you, people were assuming that this happened close quarters. And what I was referencing to that is someone close in their life. So when they bring that up, it's typically immediate family that people get it like that are being accused of. The thing that I do want to bring up to you, because he is shining a lot of light on this, like a lot of light. And he wants to clear not just your mom's name, but it seems like your family's name, because it seems like it's a family situation. Because he's saying that your mom, kind of what you just mentioned before, but a little bit more into detail about it. Your mom was dragged through the mud. And when I say that, what he's showing to me is, I think the press and whatever that was back then, I think that really it's not so much the press, and what he's referencing is the people within your town. What he keeps showing to me about that is, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm from New York, so we don't really have a small town feel. That's not really what we have.
Yeah.
The way that he's explaining to me is that everyone knows everyone. Like everybody knows everyone. And it seems like it ruined relationships with your mom, pretty much with everyone. It's kind of like when someone exiles someone from like a community. It's like she was viewed as, she never really got to clear her name. And that's why I want to come on here and do this for you.
Thank you. Right.
So if you don't mind, I'm going to bring up what happened, like with the passing. Because the thing that's quite interesting to me is, it looks like to me that a family member or someone either like not saw him like in the act of what happened, but was the first to respond to it. Because basically what he's showing to me is that the timeline of your mom and him, it still doesn't make sense, is what he's saying to me. The timeline doesn't make sense. And he's saying to me that people are going off of the easiest thing. Like the easiest thing is what he's saying. What he's also showing to me too is, and he's smiling at this, your dad's a good man. I just want to say that. And what he is showing to me too, and he wants me to elaborate on this. You bring up the detectives and how they get passed from, like detective to detective, I'm sure, because people put their time in, retire, etc. What he is showing to me is back then, it's a little bit easier said than done to point your fingers at someone. It's just easier said than done. And what he's saying to me about this, and why I'm even bringing this up, is because your mom must have been either with him, or the timeline must have been like not identical, but close, is what they're saying. What he's also saying too is, and you can, I want to say this like very gently, obviously, but I think people are very connected, and people don't even know that people are connected at times. Like people may know people, because your dad's saying is the inner circle of who he was communicating with. I always use this phrase at times. It's the company you keep. I always tell people it's the company you keep. And it's not that your dad was hanging out with these people. You ever hear of like wrong place, wrong time?
Yes.
Because that's what he keeps saying. It's wrong place, wrong time. And what he's saying to me is that your mom and him are actually both like victims of wrong place, wrong time. Like they're both victims of it. Now, when it comes to your father, keeps grabbing the side of his head. Can I talk about?
Of course.
Does that make sense? I don't want to maybe go into it too much more. Maybe because he keeps grabbing the back side of his head, and he keeps like grabbing onto it. Because what he's saying is, and I'm going to say this in a way where you will get, and I'm going to be a little vague about this, but you'll get what I'm trying to say too. How can a woman like your mom do something like that to a man? Is what he's showing to me. It's like the side of his head, and he's saying it would have to be it would, for her to do it, it would have to have been pretty planned, is what I'm trying to, like, it wouldn't have been a spur of the moment thing. What he's also saying to me too is where he was found is also something that is like, he's smiling, being like, how? Like, could it? I'm going to use this as an example. I think biologically, we can agree that sometimes men are stronger than women, just biologically.
Yes.
Obviously, there's women that are stronger than men. But how your father was positioned and his life was taken, it seems to me that there's no way your mom couldn't have done it. That's all I'm trying to say.
Right. I guess I should be more clear. They were saying that she was conspiring to do it, or to have it done, than the actual.
Oh, no, I know.
Itself.
That's yeah, no, I don't think she actually like shot him or whatever and did it. I think for her to have kind of like what we call an alibi, it's more so from what I see, and I guess I'll just be pretty frank about it at this point instead of trying to be like around the bush. I don't think your mom had someone do it, if that makes sense. Like your mom didn't hire someone or kind of plan to do it or set your father up in any way. Like it doesn't look like your mom was like the mastermind behind it. Your mom looks like it was just wrong place, wrong time, like I was saying. And the people who she spoke to, unfortunately, or the people who she was speaking to prior to this, because it does look like they weren't great people. And the people that she was talking to were also, and by not great people, what I mean is like connected people.
Okay.
Who's the J name?
I don't have a J name.
It's okay.
It might come to me.
No, it's fine. Who's the M name? Go towards your father. People who he was speaking to before.
That's so hard because I was so little.
It's okay. It's okay. Do you know the detectives' names and stuff?
No, I mean, one of my sisters is the one that keeps calling every so often saying, hey, we're still here.
Oh,
you know, so she might be great to talk to.
Yeah, I feel like she would be the one when I'm giving names and stuff that she may like, or you can just pass along to her at this point.
Okay. And we've only gotten rumors or, you know, what people have heard or think. I haven't gotten any straight stories from everybody we tried to talk to.
Well, a lot of it is the neighbors is what I see, like the people that are surrounding the house or like where you, I guess, grew up or where he was.
Okay.
It's because of, obviously they spent majority of their time, I'm assuming, with you guys at the house, just in general. But who's the S name, the S sounding name?
My mom.
I need you to know she's at peace because like for her to be able to pass away,
Yeah, it's fresh. I mean, it's been a year.
Yeah, no, it seems relatively recent. It doesn't seem like it's a crazy long time. Because she's explaining to me the like kind of what happened from her perspective. And I want to go on like her perspective of things. And you don't have to tell me a lot of this, but did you know that your parents were like clashing a little bit?
Yes, I've heard that.
Because
his brother.
Yeah, because I see it. Like your mom's being honest. It seems like it was a pretty clashing relationship at times.
At times, yeah.
And she's saying that, you know, they're both at fault is what I see. Like they're like one's not better than the other. Your dad's coming through obviously a little bit more softer is the word I want to use. Like your mom has a strong personality to her, if I'm being honest. Like she's a strong woman, and your father is too. But he seems a little bit more gentle at certain things. But I want to be careful with like. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the passing. Why is he grabbing the back of his head?
That was where he was shot. I've seen the autopsy. No one told me that. I had to find that.
What he's saying to me is the angle that it was he couldn't do to himself is what he's saying. That's why I said to you earlier on. But also at the same time too, do you know where it happened and everything or?
I know where his body was found, but those are the pieces that we can't connect because my mom has her story and then we know where he was found and what he was doing in between.
You don't know what he was doing?
We don't know.
So do you know?
Mm-hmm.
So he was found like away from the house?
Yes.
Like, he was found like as if he was on his way to, like, for example, it's like food, work, like normal routine. It's like kind of like off on the side of like not a highway, but like a major road or whatever you want to call it. Like, I don't know where you're from. So that's what I'm trying to.
This happened in Oklahoma.
Oh, it's happened in Oklahoma. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't live there now or in the town now.
Was it off of a major, like by like not woodsy areas, but it's kind of like a rural area? Because he's saying that from the time that happened to the time his body was, I guess, moved, it was moved into like a woodsy, rural, like type of like area. And what he's also saying to me too is he wants to talk about kind of what you just said, the gap time in between, because I think that's important. Because your mom is smiling and she's telling me her story and he's telling me like his story. Do you know people that were like around him at that time, if I was to say names?
No.
Okay.
Supposedly my mom went to bed after they had been out and then woke up.
So I will tell you this, because this is the truth. He's cheersing me. When someone cheerses me, it means someone likes, we all like to have a few drinks here and there, I'm sure. But what he's showing to me is kind of what you said. They went out, whether it was like to drink, to have fun, whatever. It's kind of like at a dive bar is what they're showing.
A concert.
Concert, dive bar, whatever. It's just they're out having fun and partying a little bit.
Yeah.
Your mom definitely seems to have had a little bit too much to drink from what she's saying. Like she had a little fun and she was tired.
Okay.
Which is okay. She's entitled to do that. That's the, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But it does seem like they bumped in, not like literally like shouldered. Like they ran into people that, again, I keep going back to this, but it's wrong place, wrong time. And it's not from the concert. Like it's not literally like they met someone at the concert and they got into an argument and then that happened. There is an element of, because your dad is saying this, I think he definitely, was a little bit, like I said, he's very gentle towards you. I do think at times he could have been a little, and I get it, like rough around the edges at times when it's like, and it's not a bad thing. It's just he's really showing to me that it's someone that he knows. Like when it's someone that they both know. And I think the rumors that you hear they're not 100% accurate, but they're on the right path, if that makes sense, because there's not enough, from what I can see, DNA on it. And there's also not enough exposure on the case, is what he's showing to me. Like there's not enough where it's like people can like put the pieces together, because it does seem like when he was murdered to when he was dropped, this gap time of him going off and doing things in between, that's the important part. And the important part from what he's showing to me is you have to ask them about a D-sounding name. You have to ask your sister, because he keeps underlining that, saying that's a major person that last saw him in that gap period time of when your mom, I guess, went to sleep and he went off to do whatever.
Okay.
Shopify is a platform built for growth, whether you're just starting out or already running a thriving business. From managing inventory to creating a seamless checkout experience, Shopify is designed to handle it all. And it doesn't stop there. Shopify helps you sell everywhere your customers are, online or in person. It's the ultimate tool for turning big dreams into big wins. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/OPP.
I thought of another S name. Are you hearing that?
Yeah, it definitely wasn't like a Susan. I'll tell you that.
Her best friend.
So the S name knows that, unfortunately, your father had some type of infidelity that was going on. And like I was saying, I think sometimes there's jealous boyfriends, jealous husbands, jealous people. And even jealous people that, like, if it's a girl and they're jealous of your mom, let's say, there's a whole bunch of jealousy. Because again, the reason why I'm saying this and why I've been trying to obviously not go into that is because your father's admitting that he was a partier a little bit.
Okay.
And a little bit of he wanted to do what he wanted to do, and which is why it caused a lot of friction between your mom and him. And the reason why your mom, from my perspective, from what he showed me from the beginning, got painted a very certain way is truly because of the type of personality that he had, where he was hanging out with other women, where he was, just doing his thing, whatever he wanted to do. And that's why I'm saying, and that's why I said to you in the very beginning, your mom is like 100% cleared. Like there's like not like your mom is like, has nothing to do with it. Your mom didn't call someone to set it up. Your mom didn't do that. It just truly seems like, and I know I said this, the company that you keep. It's like if he's being a little bit crazy with different women and a boyfriend or a husband is part of something that's not fantastic. And for example, like a gang or whatever, I'm using that as an example. Because what your dad is saying to me is his death is over something stupid. And when someone says that to me, it typically indicates to me that it could have been partying, infidelity, whatever it is. But what he's also smiling at too is that he made amends with your mom. Like he made amends with your mom and your mom made amends with him. Because for a long time, I can see up until what you mentioned like a year ago, people literally exiled your mom and your family. It was like not just your mom. I think your mom was the punching bag of sorts, but it looks like your entire family, from my understanding, really got hit a little hard, unfortunately. Yeah. And what's also not great is, listen, I think doctors, lawyers, police officers, whoever, bus drivers, people sometimes don't do their job fully correctly at times, because if you go back and you look at the notes back, it could be someone's connected to someone that they're friends, whatever the case is. And that's kind of, I see your dad, unfortunately, kind of got his hands and feet tangled in with the wrong woman or people that kind of went to what happened. But I want to tell you though, in the gap between when your mom went to bed to when this happened, it does look like he was meeting up with someone. Because it does look like, and I want to give you some clarity on something, there does look like he was a regular at like a dive bar or a pub or something. And in smaller towns and stuff, I'm sure that's pretty normal. But this seems like he would go there at times. Because what he's showing to me, and I know this is going to sound stupid, but it's like... It's like it's like a strip, right? It's like a strip of places where you can go. People will call like a main street, a town, whatever. That's not really what I'm saying. He keeps saying that there was a spot from where he was to where his body was found is like kind of on different, like not opposite sides of town essentially. So, but pretty distant apart from where he was to where his body was found. And what he's saying to me too is how fast that they closed his case. They made it more of like a spectacle than an actual investigation. And it seems like that's what's bothering him a lot. So why don't you share what you can share with us right now about this case? And if you have any questions, shoot them at me. But I want people to hear from you what exactly happened.
That's all I know, that they had been out together and with friends at a concert, and then she will had told me the same story my whole life. She went to sleep, she woke up, and he wasn't doing his usual things. He was doing like picking up my sister or showing up, where he was supposed to be. And so she didn't know what happened because she had went to sleep. And then I know they had found his body, like you said, and he had been shot. But I don't know the in between. I don't know who. I just know the fact that it was a couple of years went by, and then they decided they were going to say she organized it and blamed her. But that fell through too, because there is no evidence of that. So we've just been left to wonder, speculate, wonder.
Do you know who a William is, or a William, Wayne, Walter, a W name?
William.
Or like a Bill, the name Bill.
Oh, yes. I know of a guy from that town. I think that they knew, named Bill.
Were they friendly with him?
I think so, yeah. I should have done this while she was alive. It would have been easier.
No, it's all good, but you need to speak to him.
Bill or William? Okay.
Well, it's the same person.
Right.
But the reason why I'm saying that, do I think he did it? No. Do I think he knows a little bit more? It's kind of like when people don't say things because they don't want to be involved in something. So they rather just say that they don't know versus to actually help. A lot of people do that in a lot of cases. And that's why I'm hoping with this episode that people step forward for you, because I just need your sister then, because she's the one who's investigating all this, to really talk to the person, William or Bill.
Okay. Well, she can't get anywhere either. They won't really talk to us. They'll say it's an open investigation, but it's been 40 years. And so at one point we got like a witness list where we saw that, and I recognized some of the names, but they're all dying or dead. And so I just don't know if I should push this or live with it.
Who's one of the who are some of the names that you recognize?
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm put on the spot.
No, it's okay.
Had it in front of me.
No, it's all good. Because these are people that, from what I see, that and yes, I know they're like a witness list, but these are people that you guys know from what he's showing to me. Like, I know you recognize the names, but these are people that your mom and your dad were friendly with or knew of. That's why, because he keeps saying that there's a lot of people that know what happened, but are not saying anything.
Probably because they're dead. So
well, there's a mixture. There's definitely a mixture.
There was a man named, they called him Slim. And
got it. So that's
who.
So that's probably why your dad was saying the S name.
Oh, well, yeah, that's another S name.
I didn't want to press you because you seemed like nervous, so I didn't want to like press you. But do you know about him? So can I go into this quickly?
You can go into it. I've only heard his name from another one of my mom's friends.
Like, do you know like he's not like a good person?
I heard he was the town's chief of police at the time, and that's why I said
he was corrupt.
Very, and that's how I.
That's kind of what I was. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying in the beginning. I'm saying that, like, there's people that, like, at the time that are connected, and it's like the connected piece. I fully believe that he knows who did it, and it's someone that he knows, because that's what your dad is saying, and your mom is saying that too. That they know who did it, because and like what I was saying to you before, your dad, liked to have fun, it seemed, but it also seems like sometimes when you don't realize, or if you're extra flirty or whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. If you're just having fun and the person takes it a wrong way, it can go sideways at times. And that's why I was saying the S name, like the nickname with the S name is very important.
A friend of my mom's talked to me about who she thought did it, but she said to court they questioned them, and just let them go. They didn't really dig too deep. But he was chief of police, and my dad had been a cop also, same small town.
Oh, I could see your dad's law enforcement, just the way just the way your dad can have fun, he seems. And not that people that are not law enforcement, there's different types of people.
Yeah.
And the way that your dad was telling me the position of the shot in the back of the head and everything, yes, people can do that, but you really need to know as like, as like an officer, where to shoot, how to shoot, where to line up, everything. And that's why your dad was underlining the S name, because it seems like he pissed off the person that was very connected to him. So that's why I wanted to say all that.
Well, that's why I wanted to talk to you, because clearly I don't know. I don't have much to go by, and I'm not getting help from officers, and they say there wasn't a lot of DNA, and it just kind of brushed me aside. So I thought, I heard you on a podcast, and I was like, I wonder if you could help me.
Yeah, and I'm going to be helping. Like, this isn't just the end. Like, I'm obviously going to try my best to get you something from this. And will really...
Sorry.
No, you don't apologize. We will 100% just putting in the detectives' phone numbers, because all these people here that listen to the show, like they do their own investigating and then they kind of put pieces together for people. And we've been very helpful with cases and stuff. So I just want to say thank you for even coming on and doing this.
Thank you.
Obviously reach back out. We'll stay in contact because I want to continue to help, and maybe I can sit down with you and your sister and we can kind of go through things a little bit.
Okay. I would love that.
All right.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Kelli, thank you so much for coming on the show and trusting me just to help you and help this case. If you want to be a huge help, which you guys always are, you guys always help out every person, please check out the show notes. We're going to have emails and phone numbers to the detectives, to the police department, everywhere. If you want to highlight a case that you're affected by or someone that you know is affected by, please send an email to connectjonathanmark@gmail.com or just send a DM to Jonathan Mark Medium on Instagram. Please do not forget to rate and review the show. It helps it out so much. All right, guys, I'll see you next week.